Carl Jung believed that the deepest secrets of our existence aren't found in the external world, but within ourselves. Our life is a constant reflection of our relationship with the unconscious, that vast internal ocean that influences every thought, emotion, and decision we make. But what happens when we're unaware of this inner dialogue? We lose the power to transform our reality. Imagine for a moment that you're trying to manifest something in your life, a relationship, a personal achievement, a profound change. Perhaps you follow all the steps you've been taught. You think positively, you make affirmations, you visualize, yet the results don't come. Why does this happen? Jung taught us that it's not enough to want something on the surface. The key lies in what's happening in the depths of your mind. The unconscious is like a mirror, reflecting what we truly believe beyond what we say we want. If deep inside there's fear, doubt, or limiting beliefs, that's what you'll project into the world, and that's what you'll receive in return. Jung called this projection, a mechanism through which we attribute to the outside world aspects of ourselves we haven't recognized or accepted. That's why, when you encounter repetitive obstacles or patterns that seem constant in your life, it's not a coincidence. It's your unconscious showing you what you need to integrate to move forward. Here's the true art of asking. It's not just about focusing on what you want, but working on what's happening in your inner world. Maybe you felt at some point that the universe isn't listening, that your efforts are in vain. But Jung would say the universe isn't ignoring you, it's simply responding to the energy you're putting out. And that energy isn't defined by what you consciously think, but by the beliefs and emotions living in your unconscious. When you connect with that deeper part of yourself, something extraordinary happens. You start to understand why certain desires don't materialize and how you can realign with them. This isn't a process that happens overnight. It takes time, introspection, and above all, courage. Courage to look within and confront what you've been avoiding. For example, if you constantly face rejection in relationships, Jung would invite you to explore what part of you fears intimacy or feels unworthy of love. These emotions, though uncomfortable, are the keys to unlocking what you truly want. You can't ask the world for love when, deep inside, you carry beliefs that push it away. The unconscious doesn't understand lies. You can't fool it with pretty words or empty affirmations. What truly transforms your life is coherence between what you think, feel, and deeply believe. And that coherence only comes through self-knowledge. As you dive deeper within, you begin to realize that every situation you face in life reflects some aspect of yourself. Carl Jung used to say that what irritates us most about others is a projection of our own shadows. Those parts of ourselves we don't want to see, that we repress or deny, showing up in the people and circumstances that seem to challenge us. Imagine you constantly feel that others don't value your time, your efforts, or your emotions. What does that say about the relationship you have with yourself? Are you valuing yourself enough? Are you setting clear boundaries? Jung believed the outer world acts as a mirror, reflecting back the lessons we need to grow. When you ask the universe for something, whether it's a new opportunity, a relationship, or a significant change, the real question you need to ask is, are you ready to receive it? This doesn't just mean being willing, but having created the inner space for it to enter your life. For instance, if you long for a loving relationship, but carry unresolved wounds from past ones, those wounds will act as a barrier. The unconscious will keep replaying patterns that reflect your unresolved emotional state. Asking correctly, according to Jung, isn't just about desiring. It's about healing, integrating, and releasing what no longer serves you. This applies to your goals and dreams too. Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you work, things don't move forward? Maybe you're unconsciously sabotaging yourself. Jung taught that self-sabotage isn't an act of malice toward yourself, but a way of protecting you from something you perceive as dangerous. What underlying fear might be blocking your success? Fear of failure, or perhaps fear of success itself? The process of manifesting what you want begins when you have the courage to face these shadows, not to reject them, but to integrate them. Jung said, we can't be whole if we deny parts of ourselves. And it's precisely in that integration where the magic happens. When you accept your fears, doubts, and wounds, they lose their power to control you. Instead of acting from fear, you start acting from love and trust. This inner transformation doesn't just change how you feel, it changes what you project into the world. The universe responds to your energy, not your words. If there's harmony, trust, and clarity within you, that's what you'll attract. Opportunities will seem to appear out of nowhere, the right people will come into your life, and obstacles will turn into lessons that propel you forward. This isn't a linear or instant process. There'll be days when you feel like you're slipping back, when old patterns resurface. But even those moments are part of the journey. Jung believed personal growth happens in a spiral. Each time you face a challenge, you do so from a higher level of awareness. As you progress on this path of self-discovery, you start to understand that it's not just about achieving your goals, but about becoming the person capable of sustaining what you desire. This is central to Jung's approach. It's not about forcing the universe to grant your wishes, but transforming yourself from within to align with them. Think about this. What kind of person do you need to be to receive what you're asking for? If you crave prosperity, but inwardly have a fearful or scarcity-based relationship with money, that inner conflict will block your ability to manifest abundance. If you want love, but don't love yourself, you'll attract relationships that reflect that lack. Jung summed it up in one of his most powerful sayings: "What you resist persists. What you accept transforms." Acceptance means recognizing your shadows without judgment, not idealizing or condemning, but observing with compassion. Maybe you've noticed patterns in your life that keep repeating. Relationships that end the same way, work situations that don't thrive, or internal conflicts that won't go away. These aren't punishments or failures. They're messages from your unconscious pointing you toward where you need to grow. The next time you face a challenge, pause for a moment and reflect. What is this situation showing me about myself? What part of my story, my beliefs, or my emotions needs to be seen and transformed? This act of introspection is the key to unlocking the power within you. As you accept your shadows, you also start to see the opportunities the universe places before you with greater clarity. Often, we don't receive what we ask for because we're not paying attention to the signs. Jung deeply believed in the concept of synchronicity, those moments when everything seems to align almost magically. These meaningful coincidences are the universe's way of guiding you toward your purpose. But to notice them, you need to be present. If your mind is stuck in the past or worried about the future, you'll miss the opportunities in the now. This is another crucial principle from Jung: connection to the here and now. Only when you're fully present can you hear the voice of your intuition, that quiet whisper from the unconscious that always guides you. This presence isn't just about being aware of what's happening around you. It's about cultivating a deeper relationship with yourself. Taking time to know yourself, to explore your dreams and fears, is an act of self-love that transforms your energy. And when your energy shifts, everything around you shifts too. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do to ask correctly is simply to let go. Let go of control, rigid expectations, and the need for things to happen in a specific way. Jung taught that true power lies in surrender, in trusting that the universe knows what's best for you, even when you don't understand it in the moment. This doesn't mean sitting back and waiting passively. It means acting from trust instead of fear. It means taking steps toward your goals while staying open to unexpected twists that might arise. When you allow yourself to flow with life instead of fighting it, you discover that everything aligns in ways you couldn't have imagined. As you deepen this process of transformation, you start to notice that it's not just about what you ask for, but how you ask for it. Jung taught us that our words and thoughts are only a small part of the equation. What matters most is the intention behind them, that subtle energy emanating from our deepest emotions and beliefs. When you ask from a place of fear, lack, or desperation, what you're communicating to the universe isn't your desire, but your lack of trust that you deserve it. That's why, instead of attracting what we want, we often end up attracting more of what we're trying to avoid. The unconscious doesn't distinguish between what you desire and what you fear. It simply responds to the intensity of your energy. That's why it's essential to align your energy with the intention of receiving before you ask for anything. This means working on your emotional state, releasing blocks that might be interfering, and stepping into a state of gratitude. Gratitude, according to Jung, is one of the most powerful emotions because it connects directly to the collective unconscious, that energy field that unites us all. When you give thanks even before receiving, you send a clear message. You trust that the universe will provide. This trust doesn't just raise your vibration, it creates an inner space for what you want to manifest. However, this gratitude can't be forced. It has to come from a genuine place. To get there, deep inner work is often necessary, facing your fears and transforming your limiting beliefs. For example, if you feel unworthy of success, you might unconsciously sabotage yourself when opportunities arise. You might procrastinate, avoid risks, or doubt your abilities. These aren't random actions. They're reflections of an unconscious belief that needs to be transformed. Jung would say that instead of fighting these patterns, you should explore them with curiosity. Ask yourself, where does this belief come from? Is it truly mine or something I learned from my environment? As you dig into these questions, you begin to free yourself from the chains holding you back. Each limiting belief you identify and transform becomes a step toward realizing your desires. And with every step, your energy shifts, and the universe responds accordingly. Another key to asking correctly is clarity. Often, we ask for things vaguely or contradictorily. We say we want love but fear the vulnerability it brings. We ask for abundance but cling to thoughts of scarcity. Jung invites us to be honest with ourselves. What do we really want, and are we willing to pay the price to get it? That price isn't always material. It's often about letting go of old ways of being and thinking. To attract something new, you have to be willing to release what no longer serves you. This can be uncomfortable, even painful, but it's a necessary step in the transformation process. Jung described it as confronting the shadow, the act of looking within and embracing what you've been avoiding. When you do this inner work, something magical happens. You no longer need to ask from a place of lack or desperation. Instead, you become a channel for abundance, love, and wholeness. Everything you need comes to you naturally because your energy is aligned with what you desire. This state of alignment is what Jung would call living in harmony with your authentic self. When you connect with your deepest essence, you no longer need to force anything. Things start to flow, and your desires materialize in ways you might never have imagined. But this flow isn't random. It's the direct result of your inner transformation. The unconscious acts as a bridge between your inner and outer worlds. Everything you deeply believe, everything you feel intensely, finds a way to manifest in your reality. That's why the most important work you can do isn't chasing your goals frantically, but cultivating peace, clarity, and trust within yourself. Maybe you're wondering, how do I know if I'm aligned with what I want? Jung would say, the answer lies in your emotions. When you think about your desire, Do you feel excitement, inspiration, calm, or anxiety, doubt, and fear? Your emotions are like a compass, showing you if you're on the right path or if there's something you need to adjust. If negative emotions dominate, don't despair. This doesn't mean your desire is impossible. It just means there's work to do. Often, these feelings signal that part of you isn't secure with the change that comes with getting what you want. Remember, the unconscious is designed to protect you, even if that means keeping you in comfort zones that no longer serve you. This is where integration becomes crucial. Instead of fighting your fears or ignoring them, Jung invites us to dialogue with them. Ask them, "What are you trying to teach me? What do I need to feel at peace?" This approach not only transforms your relationship with your emotions, but also helps you release the resistance that might be blocking your desires. A vital step in this process is learning to let go of rigid expectations about how and when things should happen. Often, we ask for something and then try to control every detail of its manifestation. We want it to happen exactly as we imagine, and when it doesn't, we get frustrated or lose faith. Jung believed the universe operates with an intelligence beyond our understanding. What you need might come to you in unexpected ways as long as you're open to receiving it. This requires trust, a deep trust that life is on your side, even when things don't seem to go according to your plan. Sometimes the greatest gifts come disguised as challenges. You might ask for success and face a temporary failure. You might ask for love and encounter a relationship that forces you to heal past wounds. These moments aren't signs of punishment. They're signs you're being prepared for what you truly need. The true art of asking, according to Jung, isn't just about stating your desires. It's about living as if they're already real. This doesn't mean deluding yourself or pretending something you don't feel. It means acting from a place of trust and gratitude. It's like planting a seed. You can't see the fruit right away, but you know it's coming. This shift in mindset not only affects how you interact with the universe, but also with the people around you. When you're aligned with your authenticity, you become a magnet for genuine connections. People who share your values and vision start appearing in your life, and those who no longer resonate with you naturally drift away. The key to maintaining this alignment is consistent practice. Jung taught us that connecting with the unconscious isn't a one-time event, but an ongoing dialogue. This means making time for introspection, reflecting on your experiences, and adjusting your path based on what you discover. When you nurture this continuous dialogue with your inner self, you don't just transform your life, you transform the impact you have on the world. The truth is, by changing your relationship with yourself, you create a ripple effect that touches those around you. This transformation isn't about becoming perfect. It's about embracing your full humanity, your light and your shadows, your strengths and your vulnerabilities. When you align your desires with your authentic self, you become a beacon for others. Jung said that awakening consciousness in one person can illuminate those in darkness. That's why choosing to live in coherence with your truth inspires others to do the same. This isn't just a personal act, it's a collective act of love. Life isn't about accumulating things, successes, or recognition. It's about finding meaning in every step of the journey. That meaning won't be found outside yourself, but in the journey inward. And that journey, though challenging, is the greatest gift you can give yourself and the world. Today, I invite you to take that step. No matter where you are on your path, it's never too late to begin. Reflect on your desires, explore your shadows, listen to your intuition, but above all, trust that everything you need is already within you, waiting to be discovered. If this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this content with someone who needs to hear it, someone searching for answers or unsure how to start their own journey. Every time you share, comment, or engage, you help this message reach more people who can benefit from these reflections. Let me know in the comments what part of this touched your heart or what action you're ready to take to align with your authentic self. I want to hear your stories, your thoughts, and your goals, because together we can build a community where self-discovery and transformation become a force that inspires the world. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next messages. Every interaction you make is a step toward the purpose of reaching thousands with this vision of self-knowledge and authenticity. Remember, change starts with you. The universe is ready to respond to your desires, but it needs you to trust yourself first. So take this moment, make it yours, and dare to ask from a place of love, trust, and clarity. Because in the end, it's not the universe denying you anything. It's the barriers you haven't yet broken down within yourself. Thanks for being here, for listening, and for being part of this community. Together, we can create a world where more people live from their authenticity, inspiring and transforming those around them. See you in the next message, and remember, every change begins with you. I'll be waiting.